Did you tell them anything? Lenny groans and clutches around his stomach where there must be more injuries. Wouldn't be alive if I had. That alpha asshole said that they've got all the time in the world to break us down. I think we're in this for the long haul, babe. I should start saying babe as Dave. More days pass, you're no longer being fed twice a day. Now you get one meal, and it's always at a random time, making it nearly impossible to mark the passage of time. It's just enough food to keep your bodies going, but with every day you grow a little weaker. I don't get why we can't just attack the soldiers when they come in, grab their guns, and be on with it. If that wasn't bad enough, your mutant neighbours in the other cells are becoming more and more annoying. All day, every day now, you can hear them shambling in the next cell over on each side, moaning and rubbing against the walls. They're restless. Lenny thinks it must be because they're way too overcrowded that you guys are taking up one of their cells. Whatever the reason, the noises get inside your head and make it difficult to focus or to sleep. Alpha's men randomly come and grab Lenny for interrogation over the passing days. His bruises are never given a chance to begin healing before they're covered by fresh ones. For some reason, they never take you. I wonder why. Yeah, Lenny says they must not want to hurt you since you're the last female in the Dust Bowl. Exactly! It'd be dumb if they killed me. It's a very bitter comfort. They took Lenny quite some time ago and you're waiting for him to come back. It is a familiar scenario to you now. Suddenly the door slams open. But there's no Lenny, just soldiers. The men grab you and pull you through the door. You remember this room, except this time there are two chairs in the centre facing each other. Lenny is tied to one, slumped forward with blood dribbling out of his nose. Come on. These are splodges. Right? There is no blood coming out of his nose. The only thing drawn well out of the game seems to just take a half-assed approach from there on in. David? The men tie you to the other chair and you are left looking into Lenny's face. Oh, God. He looks as worried as you feel. Something moves in the shadow and Alpha steps forward. I'd like to think that I'm a man who can admit his mistakes. And Lenny, I underestimated you. You're a strong man, stronger than I thought. Lenny doesn't say anything, just glares up at Alpha with hatred in his eyes. You could withstand a lot of pain, but I wonder... Lenny, Alpha picks up a knife from the nearby table. Are you as strong when faced with something a little different? Suddenly, the knife is at your throat. Miss David, what do you think I should do about this troublesome pup? Don't hurt him, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me is weak. Don't hurt him. Oh no, don't worry, I'm getting bored of that. I think I might have found a more effective tactic. What, are you serious? Lenny is putting a lot of effort into looking calmer than he is. There's no way you'd kill her. The knife moves away as Alpha pauses. It's true that her reproductive parts make her very pretty valuable. But that's about all we need. The knife is back, Alpha presses it against your cheek, drawing a sharp line. You feel the blood dripping down. Cry out's a shocking idea. You hold it in, you won't give Alpha the satisfaction. No need for a pretty face, eh? No need for eyes. The knife moves up to hover about your eyes. Ears. The tip of the blade gently traces the shell of your ear. Probably keep the nose where it is. No one wants to deal with that mess. And everything else? Fair game. Alpha withdraws, then suddenly flicks the knife downward. It takes a moment for you to realise that he's cut your shoulder. Then the pain continues, flowing out with the blood. Stay silent. Yeah, we're just making it worse for ourselves, but stay silent. So, Lenny, do you feel like talking? Lenny strains against his bonds, face twisted with rage. He has never looked so angry or so helpless. The reason I'm staying silent is because this game's a lot like a fucking kinetic novel. There are so few choices. Trumpet at the end of the music's always absurd. But I don't feel like there are any consequences regardless of what choice I choose. So, yeah, we're just going to stay silent. No. Alpha sighs. Oh, well, at least it's more fun this way. The knife blurs as it comes slashing down again. Yeah, I have no choice now. I didn't think as much. You scream. Later, back in the cell, Lenny can't leave you alone. He sits you down on your bed and looks you over, hands a little too frantic to be gentle. There are a lot of cuts, but they're shallow. They shouldn't scar, but we should have to hope they don't get infected, and it'll be fine. How far will he go? This was just the warm-up. I'm scared. This was just the warm-up. Yeah, probably. He won't be so kind next time. The room lapses into silence. Your breath is heavier than usual. You can tell. I'm sorry. The whispered apology takes you by surprise. I hated that, seeing you get hurt, knowing I could stop it, but... You gotta understand, if that guy knew where to find the bunker, it'd be over for us. I'd be dead and you'd be... I don't even want to think about it. You do understand. Why don't you make it up for me? Oh, God, no! You don't have to apologise. You did the right thing. Oh, thank fuck. I mean, I know I did the right thing. I just thought maybe you'd feel... Oh, forget it. He smiles a little sadly. Over the next few days, no one comes for either of you. Lenny's bruises are even beginning to fade. There's no telling what Alpha's next move is going to be. Man, I'm telling you, I got this feeling under my fingernails. I said this would happen. Either, like, the mutants would break out or something would happen, and basically they'd just stop coming. I said. All this waiting around is giving me the heebie-jeebies. What are we going to do? No idea. I hate feeling so fucking useless. Even after all this time, neither of you come up with a viable plan for escape. For bandits only posing as soldiers, they do run a pretty tight operation. Yeah, it would help if I could think. Lenny shoots a dirty look at the wall. The mutants are still as noisy as ever, and it's true, it makes it hard to concentrate on anything. Shut the fuck up, you loud-ass bags of meat! Lenny throws himself against the wall and starts banging with his fists. It only makes your neighbours more restless. Suddenly, there's a bang at your door and the top slot opens. Hey, shut up in there! Do that again and you'll be going in with them. The slot slides shut. Fuck, they're still there. Oh well. Lenny sighs dramatically and drops onto his bed. These guys need to take better care of their pets. Can't they, like, collar him or something? A jolt runs through you. You remember? Alpha grabbed the whistle hanging around his neck and brought it to his lips. He blew, but you only hear the faintest of high-pitched noises. The mutant, however, suddenly seemed frenzied. It stopped in its track and held its head as if in terrible distress. Alpha jumped out of the jeep and strode towards the mutant, still blowing the whistle. By the time he reached it, the mutant was lying on the ground, rocking helplessly. The whistle! The what? You tell Trash about that day so long ago when Alpha took you out in the jeep, and about his secret weapon for dealing with the mutants. Well, that's crazy. But if it just makes them all docile, I don't see how it helps us. Oh, no, the mutant was subdued, but... You remember the look of panic in his eyes, the animalistic rage just below the surface, straining to break free of the whistle's power. The whistle made him angry, too. So what, you think the whistle could make a mutant go nuts? What are we going to do, whistle? Maybe if you overused it or something. A scraping sound comes from the wall as the mutant rubbed restlessly against it. If we can send those things into a frenzy, it would create chaos in the base. Not sure we'd get out of it, but other than that, exactly. It's not a clear plan, but it's the best you've got. And if you can create any opportunity for yourselves, you have to do it, right? Alright, so next time those guys come in and grab me, I'll make a run for it or something. You just need to find a way to get into Alpha's office. That's where the whistle would be, right? Okay, so we can't just whistle. That's a shame. You're not so sure. Maybe he could give you escorts the slip. Maybe he could get into the office. But they'd just kill him once they caught him. They won't kill you. It has to be me. What? You really don't want to do this, but there's no other choice. Davette, what? You start pounding on the cell door. Davette? Finally, the slot slides open. If I have to tell you one more time, I'll talk. Davette. I'll do it, I'll talk. I'll talk to Gamma. Only Gamma. Huh? Gamma's the only one we can turn. I have no idea what we're doing. Oh my word. The guard left a few hours ago. He must have relayed your message to Alpha, and now they're discussing what to do. If it's taking so long, it must mean they suspect something. Oops. But can't be sure. Lenny hasn't said much. He's not thrilled with the whole situation. They can't kill me, so we're fine. Finally, the door opens. As you are escorted roughly out, you spare a glance back at Lenny. He looks determined but grim. Good luck, he mouths silently as you're taken away. Davette. It's a dark room. I reckon Alpha could be hiding somewhere in the room, or they could be listening in. Gamma is waiting in the room, flanked by a couple of men. This isn't going to work with an audience. I'm only talking to Gamma. Well, I'm here. No one else. You stare him down until he finally sighs and addresses the others in the room. Gentlemen, please wait outside. The soldiers hesitate. They don't take orders from Gamma, especially such stupid-sounding ones. Alpha gave the go-ahead. He wants answers. The men holding you by the arms reluctantly let go. Glaring suspiciously at you, everyone begins to file out of the room. We'll be right outside. Once you're alone, Gamma gives you a small, kind smile, a smile that you can no longer trust. So, did you have something you wanted to say? You need to convince Gamma that you're on his side and get him to take you to Alpha's office. But how are you going to play this? Act helpless and scared, intimidate him, be seductive. I think intimidation's probably the best one here, just because that's how we've been playing so far. Let's be honest, you need me. The more you guys upset me, the more less likely I am to help. I'm not going to break under torture, I'm not going to be scared. If it comes to it, I'll take the secret with me to the grave. And you know it, right? So, what do you propose? I can't exactly say where the bunker is, but I could lead you there. You remember the way? Definitely. As long as Alpha promises to protect me. Gamma is silent for a while. You start to worry that he's seen right through you. Thank you, David. He smiles wide and bright. He believes you. Let's go and see Alpha. Gamma, alone, escorts you to Alpha's office. The men pass you in the hallway, look uncomfortable when they see you walking around unsecured. Once at the right door, Gamma knocks. Come in! Don't be nervous, David. You're about to make him very happy. The fuck is this, Gamma? Alpha sneers when he sees you. She has something to say, sir. Something I think you'll like. Oh? Alpha raises an eyebrow, regards you with cold anticipation. He doesn't look as trustful as Gamma. But you barely notice the more important thing is in an open drawer on Alpha's desk. Not just one whistle, a whole drawer full of them. Well, what is this amazing thing you have to tell me? Alpha's bark snaps your attention back up to him. You need to get closer to the desk. Start begging, negotiate, tell some jokes. This isn't going to work, negotiate. Well, I'm not giving you this information for free. You take a step towards Alpha in the open drawer. I'm not saying a word until you promise that I'll be safe. Another step. I want a place in your new world. Alpha crosses his arms and stares at you. He doesn't even look like the slightest bit convinced or amused. Okay, time to change tactics. You look around, grasping for new ideas. Your eyes finally land on a radio sitting in Alpha's desk. A damn radio that brought you here in the first place. There's no time to think. With no warning, you lunge forward and push the entire machine off the desk. The radio hits the floor and smashes. David! You won't lure another victim here. Do you sound convincing? Men! Grunts pour into the room, but the office is so small that it only causes confusion. In the scuffle, you manage to grab a whistle from the drawer and no one notices. Then, you are seized by the strong hands of Alpha men. They hold you still while Alpha advances. Was it worth it? Was it worth it, you stupid girl? He smacks you across the face and white-hot pain explodes over your cheek. Ah! Put her back in the cell. As the men drag you away, Alpha follows, spitting his words out in utter rage. Look, unfortunately, Gamma is a coward, so I don't care that we betrayed him. Fuck him. Next time you leave it, I'll make you regret fucking with us. If you won't show us to the bunker, you'll have to do the work of 100 women. Think about that. You are shoved to the ground and the door slams behind you, a sharp sound that's grown warily familiar. Shit, David. Lenny's eyes widen when they land on your red swelling face. What did that bastard? You hold up the whistle that had been carefully hidden in your clenched fist. Lenny goes silent. No way. You give him a triumphant grin. He returns it, eyes full of pride. No fucking way. And the plan begins in earnest. Taking turns, you and Lenny start blowing the whistle day and night. The pitch is too high to alert the guards, but you can tell from the sudden quiet next door that the mutants are being affected. The whistle is doing its job, subduing them, but you need to keep going to push them too far, to break them out of obedience and into frenzy, so you cannot afford to rest. Right now, it's Lenny's turn on whistle duty. He's been blowing for at least the last couple hours, barely stopping. You know from experience that it's hard on the throat, since the only water you get comes with your one meal a day. It is not an easy task. So, are you really ready for this? He speaks quickly between the blows of the whistle. What do you mean? I mean, if all goes to plan, that means they're going to kill everyone. It's not going to be very pretty. They deserve it. We have no other choice. We have no other choice. Like, it's true. It's them or us. Just wanted to make sure you were ready. The whistle drops from his lips and he looks straight at you, eyes hard. I'm telling you though, If during our daring escape I run into Alpha, I'll take the honour myself. I'll help. Oh, that's my little ball of murder. He killed my mama with his own hands. His men killed everyone else I knew. He hurt you. He doesn't get to live. He'll probably survive. Days pass and you never stop blowing the whistle. Slowly, you do start noticing a change in the mutants. They're noisier than usual, restless, distressed. You can even hear 2 guards complaining about it as they pass by your cell door. It's really starting to feel like something could happen any moment. Hey. It's probably night time after dinner. You're each lying on your own bed. You're blowing the whistle. What is it? It kind of feels like this might be my last chance to say this. Alright, we'll get over with it then. Let's just tell me now. Get it done with.